So yeah, I'm just really excited to be out here in Minnesota. Obviously, was super excited on draft night to be able to have the opportunity to come out here and just get to work, just get back in football mode. It's still my third day ever in Minnesota, so still getting kind of acclimated. But glad to be out in the field, working out with Nate Stanley and Jake Browning, just really trying to get the details. Working out with Coach Kubiak. And so just trying to get the details down. Obviously super excited to be out here, and I'm just really excited to be back in football mode and ready to get to work.
All right, we'll go to Thomason first.
Yeah, hey, Kellen, welcome to Minnesota. Was first NFL practice today, was there any kind of pinch me moment, or where you paused and it's like, hey, I've made the NFL, or anything along those lines?
Obviously, I was super excited, and but at the end of the day, it definitely is just football, and I'm just really just trying to focus on learning a whole new offense, and it's definitely different when you're meeting with coaches, and you can easily go through your progressions, but being able to go out on the field and tie your feet, and the body mechanics and body language is definitely different. So that's just something that I continue to focus on as I get back on the field.
Matthew.
Yeah, from that standpoint, Kellen, just how much can you learn, and is there some element of drinking out of a water hose a little bit, where there's a lot of information coming your way, and then trying to apply it? So like, what are some of your goals to take away from this minicamp?
I think just some of the biggest goals are just, one, kind of learning the progressions and being able to tie my feet together with each of those progressions. And I've watched a ton of film on just what Kirk did this past year, and with a whole bunch of different plays and stuff like that. So that's pretty much all I'm focused on. So just being able to have Nate and Jake out there with me, tremendously helps me, and just being able to kind of sit behind them and just being able to watch them every rep, and also take reps with them. I think that's a huge advantage for me. So yes, it is a lot thrown at my plate. I feel like I've done a really good job with the information that is given, but there's still a lot more room to grow.
Andrew.
Yeah, in terms of the playbook and you guys going through these virtual meetings here and kind of studying that, what's the biggest leap from Texas A&M in terms of just trying to take it all in and learn the system?
Mm-hmm. I think Jimbo did a really good job with me, and one, his scheme, and also protections. It definitely is, I would say, different playing under center, and just pretty much under center almost every snap today. So just really getting away from the line of scrimmage and still being able to have quick feet and tie my feet up with all different routes. So that's something that I just continue to work on. And like I said, I got Jake and Nate out there helping me. I'm able to watch them, and we do so many drills and different walkthroughs. So that's pretty much what I'm really trying to focus on and trying to master as I'm out here.
Kellen, we didn't get to see you guys do any 11-on-11 stuff today, but how did you feel in the limited 7-on-7 reps that you got?
I felt pretty good. I had a couple of misreads and missed throws, and those are some of those things that I kind of say. It's easy to draw them up and tell coaches your reads, but actually getting out there on the field and just being able to rep it out is definitely different. And also just getting back in football mode and training your eyes to read coverages. That's something that you just kind of have to get back acclimated to. So. I thought it was a pretty good session. Obviously, a lot more room to grow, and but that's why I'm out here in Minnesota, and super excited to be out here.
Chris.
Hey, Kellen, when do you think you'll sign your contract, and is there anything that might be delaying things, or just standard negotiations, or what exactly?
Just standard negotiations, and that's something that my agent's kind of taken up. I'm just out here focused on football, trying to learn the playbook. Not only making sure that I'm up to par, but also helping the other guys and making sure they're up to par, so that when we get on the field, we're able to execute. So that's really just my main focus. I'm focused to be on the field, and excited to be back.
Courtney.
Kellen, have you had a chance to, I mean, you talked about watching a little bit of the Vikings offense, but what has the last 2 weeks been like for you? Are you watching a lot of Kirk Cousins? Is that something that you've done in your spare time? How have you spent the pre-minicamp, rookie minicamp process? Have you been indulging in watching a lot of film, or is it kind of just like get to Minnesota and I'll take care of it when I get there?
Yeah, I mean, pretty quick after I got drafted, I got my iPad, and so I've already watched all the 2020 games, and really watched them multiple times, and just some plays are a little bit more advanced that I necessarily haven't gotten to. We're still on pretty a lot of the base stuff on install, but it's still a lot of information. So still being able to watch Kirk on certain cut-ups. And certain things that I really enjoy, and just really enjoy just watching his execution, watching his footwork, and just watch how he's able to just go through reads and pretty much master the offense. So the more I watch him, the more I'm able to kind of mimic his footwork, his cadence, which is huge in the NFL. So I mean, there's so much, so many things that I need to learn, and but I feel like I'm in a phenomenal organization with phenomenal talent, and obviously can't wait to get to work with Kirk also.
Yeah, speaking of that, have you gotten a chance to talk to Kirk yet?
He contacted me after I got drafted, and we talked. I don't know if he's out here yet. I haven't seen him out here, but coming up next week, I'm assuming he'll be out here. So. I've obviously watched all his film, like I've said, but I think it would be also really good just to be able to see him in person, just be able to communicate, and just him almost just being a mentor essentially, and just being able to learn from him. So that's pretty much my main focus. I'm focused on football out here. There's no schoolwork, no nothing. So I'm just 100% dived in the playbook and in mastering the playbook.
Courtney?
Christian just told us a couple minutes ago that he's heard from a couple of vets. I think Brian O'Neill gave him advice on where to get a barber. Have you received anything like that on, just life and trying to acclimate to Minnesota, like where to get snacks, where to get your hair cut, things like that?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of know some people out here, a couple of friends. So I've kind of asked, good food spots, and I'm a huge seafood guy, and so I've heard the seafood is really good up here. So that I've asked that, about the barbershop. I've looked at certain guys, so still trying to find a barber. So I got a haircut before I left, but I'm gonna need one, since I'm gonna be out here for the rest of my career. So I'm definitely gonna need a barber.
Matthew?
What you mentioned about playing under center. How different is that for you? And also, I'm sure when you watched the tape back, you saw how efficient Kirk is at when he's got the rollouts and rolling to his left or his right. Like, how much of adjustment is that, and sort of what's the key to mastering that?
I mean, the key to mastering is just reps. It's just experience. Experience is the best teacher. So. The same way you're able to, do certain things through experience throughout college is the same way in the NFL. And obviously, Kirk has played under center for a long time, been in different systems. So it's really just all about, foot placement, foot speed, just being efficient with your feet, just all about angles on play action. And so that's something that I continue to watch on film, just watching how he's able to, master certain angles and, making his play actions look the same as the runs. So obviously he's done a tremendous job, and so those are just certain things I like to watch and like to learn, so that I can kind of mimic that and still be effective on the field.
Courtney? All right, we'll go to Chris.
Yeah, hey Kellen, you mentioned that Kirk Cousins reached out to you. What was the gist of what you guys talk about?
I mean, he was just congratulating me and telling me he couldn't wait to work with me, and I said the same. I mean, just even whenever I got drafted, I knew what type of opportunity it was for me to just be able to learn from a veteran, a guy who's been in multiple systems, who's played under center, playing in a great offense, and just being able to learn how he's able to lead when he gets out here with JJ, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. So just watching how he's able to communicate and just really learn. I'm said earlier, just him being kind of a mentor and just being able to watch him. That's what I'm excited for.
We'll go to Matthew and then one more after him.
Just a little follow-up on you watching back the tape from last year. Was there something in particular that you saw from him where you said, okay, I want to be able to do that as a quarterback, since he's so experienced and he's become a franchise quarterback? Is there something that stuck out to you or impressed you sort of specifically when watching his tape?
I think just the number one thing is just his efficiency. And, obviously that takes, a bunch of work, and, that takes knowing your actual reads, mastering your footwork, and just understanding your offense, wholeheartedly. And so that's definitely the one thing that I came away with. I can definitely tell he understands the offense and, understands situational football. So, like I said multiple times, just being able to come out here, learn from him, that was one of the biggest reasons I was so excited to come out here.